the whole of America's industrial military hegemony is pegged on the petrodollar. I didn't realize until I got into this whole story how significant it is that the US dollar is nominally the only currency that's allowed to be used to buy oil. And so what that does is it ensures the liquidity of the US dollar. It means you guys can print as much money as you like. People are always going to use the US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not going to be hit with massive inflation because in order to buy the fuel that fuels the world, people need US dollars.
Yes.
Imagine if, as started happening, I think they're called the BRIC nations. Putin's been trying to create a rival currency, and he's been trying to figure a way of buying oil through another currency. And Iran and other nations have briefly flirted with this idea, and America's come down on them like a ton of bricks. I suspect that's a lot of what's behind the current moves in Iran, that America's trying to shore up its dominance of the petrodollar by invading Iran and bringing the Iranian regime to heel, and then bringing in a more compliant regime that fits with the American petrodollar view of the world. And this isn't a conspiracy theory, it's a reality. Henry Kissinger went to the Middle East and spoke to the Saudis in the 1970s, and in return for a security guarantee, the Saudis essentially promised the only currency that could be used to buy oil is the American dollar. If that was to change overnight because of a discovery of unlimited energy, which essentially made fossil fuels utterly redundant.
Is that just going to tank the global economy?
It would tank the global economy. And I think that's the biggest reason why the US government, or those in the US government that know about this, are really scared of letting the public know the full story.
But it's just so funny because I always have to think about, like, you know, what does that mean? But on the other side of the coin, we're hearing, don't use your gas, you're killing the environment, the ozone layer, global warming, X, Y, and Z. But wait a second, you're telling me you have the antidote to the problem?
I don't have it, but I'm pretty sure the US does. And it's interesting because this sounds like a wacky conspiracy theory, but again, and of course you'll get those people, those I have to shake it out, but the doubters on Twitter, they'll go, oh yeah, Coulthard claims he knows people who are saying that there is ZPE. You know, why don't these people come forward and talk about it? Why the hell would they? You know, they would get crucified. They'd probably get killed on the way through.
I mean, that's a nice way. Yeah, they would actually be taken out.
You know, I'm pretty sure that there is a highly advanced US program. I've been aware of something at Pax River, involving the development of certain types of, dare one say, cold fusion technology, which essentially is effectively energy from the quantum vacuum, which have been suppressed. And I'm not talking about Dr. Salvatore Pais, guys. No, but I do think that there's been an active suppression from the academic literature of breakthroughs in what's called ZPE, zero point energy from the quantum field.